Good afternoon, webinars. How small businesses can save time and gain customer marketing automation. My name is Sylvie Lessard and I'm with CFIB. Pleased to present this webinar with our partner, CFIB-Impact. Before we begin, I do have a few housekeeping items. You'll notice on your control panel that there is a questions box where you can type in questions at any time during the webinar. If you don't see the panel, please look for an orange arrow and click on it. We will do our best to answer all your questions at the end. Also, if you want to follow along on the handout, you will find it in the control panel under the section called Handouts. You can click on it and then save it to your computer. We will be sending you a recorded version of this webinar tomorrow in an email and if you need any more information, please contact us at CFIB. So I will now turn it over to the Director of Marketing at CFIB-Impact and online marketing expert, Mr. Antoine Bonicalzi. Antoine.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Sylvie, for the great intro. Hi, and welcome to this webinar. We're going to be talking about marketing, sales, email, and automation. So how small businesses like yours can save time and gain customers with marketing automation. And we'll learn how you can put some of your email marketing for is Antoine Bonicalzi, and I am the Director of Impact. CFIB-Impact is a email marketing platform. Canadian small businesses and organizations will use CFIB-Impact to manage their lists, send out email newsletters of promotional emails, emails to customers, and educate their prospects into their component in the details. My goal is to keep this present as personal life examples of small business email creative and effective ways. And I would like to operate in a small business. CFIB-Impact is also know what it's like when you're wearing many to-do lists and not necessarily enough time to complete everything, and certainly not enough time to dedicate all of your time to marketing, and even more so tactical ways and inspire you for yourself in your business. Before I was working at CFIB-Impact, I also ran my own I had my own. So once again, I know what it's like to be in your shoes. All right. We dive into more. I go through a few examples all on the same page. So let's break it down. The word automation, automatically without continuous input from the operator. So as the person who will be your email marketing campaigns, you are the operator. Once you set up an automation, once you've created do that, and once you the content, the machine works without the constantly send out case it will mean send and triggers be triggered when something or something happens. For example, someone filling out on your website, so that a workflow will have conditions and actions, and the action will most commonly be an email being sent out. Once you've set your scenario or workflow automatically without your input, as I just said. Why is it a good automation scenarios or workflows are increase your sales? Because you more effectively, more often with your you really work on customer. Also, it helps with maintaining communication channel with people start to know, like, and trust you, and automation can really help with leading those leads into so for example, you could send educational content to your prospects, like I said, pique their interest and entice them to make a purchase or to contact you. Complementary products or services to your clients to stimulate additional sales. So let's say that when someone becomes a client, maybe they purchase something on your website, if you're in retail or if you're in e-commerce. So someone makes a purchase and automatically they receive an email or a sequence of email, a series of emails, and in those emails you can educate them, but you can also offer complementary products. You could send a rebate coupon automatically to someone who has clicked a certain link in your newsletter, and then enticing them to act. So you're probably sending out email news or something like that. Advertise services or some of your products, or about a new product or a new offer. When someone clicks on a link to go to your website to learn more product or that, well, that shows interest, and the system knows in email could be information and call to action for that very product or service. So marketing automation time. Imagine writing a series of 5 emails that every will intervals. So we'll see about that too. All right, the most common use of email automation or marketing automation, and the easiest way for you to start using that technology is with welcome emails. So imagine that someone goes on your website and perhaps you have a little call to action, something that says, if you want to receive our best tips and our future promotion, please subscribe to our news, something like that. And then you have a simple form that people can fill out and join your email list. Well, at the moment, right now, when someone fills out that form, if I were to go on your website right now and fill out that form, what would happen? Most likely nothing. They will be added to your email list, and maybe in a month or two, whenever you have the time to send out a new newsletter, then I will receive that email, obviously. But in the meantime, nothing really happens. So what if instead, when I fill out that form, I'm added to your email newsletter list, but right away, automatically, you send me a welcome email. In that email, you can thank me for joining your list. You can, tell me what kind of emails I can expect to receive. What's the content going to be like? Is it, industry best practices? Are you going to send me industry specific news? Are you going to send me your promotions, your special offers, your new blog post? What's in it for me? What's going to be the content of those emails? And give me an idea also of what's the email frequency. Should I, will I receive emails from you once a month, twice a month, every day, every week? So let me know in advance what I should expect in that way about the content and the frequency of those emails. And why not? Someone who just filled out a form on your website is a hot prospect, a hot lead. Maybe it's someone that is interested in whatever you're offering. So you could have a coupon code, some kind of call to action. If you're in retail, you can give them an instant rebate. Let them know about a promotion. In B2B and you sell services, maybe you're a consultant or something like that. Maybe have a call to action for a free phone consult online, an appointment with. It can be a welcome email. A single email would be, better. But what's great with marketing automation workflows is that you can start one trigger, someone fills out a form on your action, you immediately send them then you can add to it. You could also add additional emails, maybe a delay of email number 2, and then a delay of another 7 days, and then you send email number 3. And those emails could be, your best content, your best article, evergreen content that's always relevant for new subscribers, and that you can repurpose and you can share from the past. Because if you think about it, someone who joins your email list will receive your future. Will never receive. But maybe your best articles, your most popular content will never have it. So if you put that, that most relevant content, that most popular content, whatever it is, maybe articles, whatever, and you put that that all of your new subscribers get, is being put, though it's been published a long. So a real, if you go shopping, likely you're going to get to the cash or whatever, and they're going to. So this happened to me. Bought a pair of, and I got to. Yes, they asked me for my just tell me email address. I'm most likely going to say no, because what's in it for me? I don't want to feel like we receive too many. But actually, the guy at the cash register said something. He just flipped the script a little bit. He asked like to be clubs. You like the clothes here, and you like. Would you consider being a part of our VIP club? Oh, now he picked my interest. Of course, yes, I want to be part of that. So I asked, what is it? Well, give us your email address, and you'll be part. And every month you'll receive some promotions exclusively the members receive, and you'll receive that in your email, and then you just come to claim those offers. It's the same thing. I'm still just subscribed to an email newsletter, but the way it's presented to me, they really, for me, what's the value I'm going to get out of it. And fair enough, I leave the store and half an hour receive me for joining the club and giving me 10 or 15% was valid for the next week or something like that. Obviously, that's not the guy at the store that sent me an email just to me. No, he just entered the email in their CRM or their in-house system, and I was added to a list, and automatically an email was sent out to me. So that's something that you can do also. You don't have to be a big business to do something like it. Email automation, marketing automation is not necessarily very new, but to use, it's available in very affordable cyber impact, and small businesses and even freelance are able to use those strategies that maybe were not available for. So here's another example that I like. Strategies to also build your list, to ask people to join your list, and then how you can welcome them once they do. So this is the only slide that's in French. I'll explain everything anyway. It's a small pizzeria in a small town somewhere in Quebec, and they do something very simple, but it's very effective. So when you go on their website, probably because you're looking for a pizza place to go, or you want to order a place, if you stay on their website for more than a few, pop up a modal window that will appear, and it says, very newsletter, and you read a pizza. And yeah, that sounds good. I'm probably on that website because I'm hungry, so that's a great offer. So they ask for the email address, and they give a free gift that is relevant value. And then they said, we will send you your gift, and you will next time you come receive your free pizza. You will receive news from us. You once a month, and you'll have promos, coupons, and you'll know that first. You'll be amongst the first to know everything, and everything will be free. So it's like I said before. They give me something, and they ask me for my email address, but they give me something of value. They tell me exactly what's going to happen. So I'll receive an email with the coupon, and they tell me how to claim that offer. And then they tell me that they're gonna, they tell me what type of content they're gonna keep sending me, and also at what frequency. So everything, very nice example to inspire. Sure, well, actually, I know, because they use Cyber Impact, so we know that they have a lot of success with strategy. Also, everything in the purpose of showing you that example is that that is sent out, the coupon for the free pizza is obviously an email. So it's a welcome email, as simple as that. So this is another example of a website that uses a tried and true method, or email list. So they give a document, basically it's just a PDF file, great information that is relevant to their website visitors. So this is the CIRA. The CIRA is the organization that .ca, Canada.ca domains. If domain, you deal with the CIRA. So if you go on their website, they will offer you this this downloadable PDF document, the ultimate guide to choosing a domain name. So the book will teach you, might wonder because you're on their website looking for a website so you give your email address, your first name, your last name, and also something that they do a good job at is to ask for consent. So I consent to receiving emails from Sarah about how to get a domain name. So if you check that box, then you're added to their email list. You have given them a consent, so they do Canada's anti-spam law. But that's a compelling offer. I'm sure they get a lot of downloads. Their list that way that they use. Obviously, the welcome email when you fill out that form, and that email will contain a link to download your PDF file. So yeah, that's another way of using welcome emails and a good strategy to build and email delivers on their promise of sending the but they probably have other emails that are already written and already prepared and scheduled in that particular workflow. All right, so a last example in that nature of in that category maybe of welcome emails. So Expo Yoga, this is a trade show dedicated to the yoga and wellness industry that's, as you may know, is very popular these days. So it happens, once a year in Montreal. And when you go on their website, it's a little bit the same. You will see a pop-up that will ask you if you want to receive exclusive content and notifications. So stay informed, subscribe to receive exclusive content and notifications from us, first name, last name, email, and you subscribe. When you subscribe, you are added to their email list, and you will be added to an automated workflow that I think it's something like every 2 weeks, you receive a new email that has been prepared in advance that will send you videos on how to do certain, yoga poses. They will, send you information on how to meditate and how to sleep better, relaxation methods. So all good content that, most people who go on that website and most people who are who might want to visit that trade show and buy tickets, this is the type of content that they're looking for. So great content that's videos and articles that is what I call evergreen content. So it's not tied to a certain time of the year or whatever. It's just good old content that's useful whenever you subscribe and receive that content. So that builds trust between that brand and all of the people who subscribe to the newsletter. So when they actually have something to sell, when the new tickets go on sale, then they can send an email to all of their list, manual emails. And I know that they almost always become sold out, so sell all of the tickets just by sending a few emails to their list of fans. But if you think about it, this is an annual event. So for probably 3/4 of the year, they don't really have anything to sell. They don't have tickets available for the event. So if they would just, collect email subscribers, but not communicate with them very often, when they would launch their new tickets, people would not have heard of them for many, many months. It could have been 9 months since I subscribed and, not receive anything from them. But since they have that very solid sequence of pre-written and scheduled emails, once you subscribe, you month when you do receive an offer for are still, the mind. That's a brand that like, and trust, and remember that they've given you, great throughout the last months, and yeah. So it's sell, offer, buy something is always better received when it comes from a person or a company like and trust. And there's no better way that know, like, and trust by communicating, and communicating often. Most not communicate often enough with because it's a lack of time to and publish on social media and stuff like that. But if you can really workflow, but then that workflow works for you, think that that's a good investment of your time. Automated sequences. Bit of water. So we've talked a lot about automated workflows that are triggered when someone fills out an email list. That's the most obvious, and all of those examples of that trigger. But obviously, you have other things that can trigger a scenario to start, and so if you do have that information for you to know the date of birth of your customers, your clients, then you can in an email platform like Cyber Impact, and then you can automatically send out an email that says happy birthday to. It makes them smile. It's a great little thought, and you can also add special coupons for them, a special offer, something like that. Well, so I go see her sometimes when I have back problems, or I'm getting older, and when or a client of hers, she needs to know your age, so she will ask for your birthday. So she has that information, and it's to have that information. Some businesses, it doesn't really make sense for you to ask for your clients or your customers' birthday, but in it does make sense. So every year, my birthday, with a call to action to make myself, and with a small coupon code, to entice me even more to go back, and so I think it's a great it's a great approach with your customers, is that you take some time into crafting a nice happy birthday email. You set up that workflow, automated. You don't have to think about it anymore, and it does good marketing for you, throughout the year. Autopilot. That's what we want. Another trigger is if someone has an email that you send out, clicks a link in an email that you send, the platform, all of that. So that can also become a trigger for an additional follow-up email. So I talked about it a little bit at the general examples of how to use. Let's say that you sell two types of bicycle shop that sells bikes and also how do you call them? Fast bikes. Let's say racing bicycles. Mountain bicycles and racing are two different, almost two. And most people will do one or the other. So you send out the newsletter and you send it out to all of your contacts, and you two articles. You say like a link to read an article on how to train if race more of a race biker, and if you're a mountain, and if someone read an article, let's say about mountain, then the link and that shows category, that type of bikes, that can be the trigger to send. And let's say maybe that email has a special offer on mountain bike accessories or something like that. So I don't know if my example, just say that if you send general newsletters and there's a certain link to learn more about a topic or a service, if someone trigger another, automated email, maybe more information on that, an offer to entice them into you or whatever you, so that the platform one opened, and that can become, like I said, a trigger for another work. All right, so you probably heard of it. Canada's anti-spam legislation, or CASL, requires that the consents from your contacts always be up to date. That can be a lot of work, especially, but it doesn't have to be the case if you're, because we have automated that can, do a lot of that manual job. So we have developed a marketing automation allow your to be on autopilot. In a matter of just minutes, you can activate the scenario, and Cyber Impact will take. So to make a long, in the eyes of the law, you have two types of consent. You have express consent and implied consent. Express consent are people who said, yes, I want to receive emails from you. Yes, you can. If someone website and it's clearly a form to join your email list, someone does that, they can express. But then you have all mission, but you're promotion, you have business relationship with them, clients or your customers. If you have customers, you're allowed to send them, you have is valid for 2 years after the last transaction. Goal is to transition implied consent or transform to express consent. Someone clicks a link to confirm consent, then an implied consent would become an express consent, or would not be expiring. But that can be a lot of work. So an automated scenario detect all of the implied to be expired and likely send emails asking for those, asking those people confirm. So it seems complicated. It's not. We try to make it, and you can always contact my customer support. If you go on our website, you will on cyberimpact.com, and you can ask questions. but it's email automation or marketing automation that way that you can take all of the implied consent that are soon going to expire, confirm most of those consent. So you're not losing your subscriber, you're transforming their consent from implied. I want to make it a bit more concrete, a bit more practical. Let me log into my Cyber Impact account. I don't think I'm in the right account. I'm sorry. Or am I actually? No, I'm not. Stay with me, stay with me. So if we log into our account and we go to the marketing automation tab, I just want to show you what a workflow. I've talked about, scenarios or workflows a lot in this presentation in the last 40 minutes or so. So what does it really look like? I will select a pretty simple one, pretty straightforward one, and it will be that one. So somewhere on our website, we offer a free online course on email marketing. So people who are interested in email marketing but are not sure how to really use it effectively, we want them. It's completely free, and that by educating them, they will become Cyber Impact. Our goal, but we give away a lot of free information. That somewhere on our website you can fill out a simple form, and when you do that, you are registered, quote unquote, for on email marketing. So when someone is added to a group, so that's the group. So when you fill out a form, people are automatically added to the online course group, and when they are added, they automatically receive the first email. So that's what the email looks like. We just have a cute image, a title, a little description of what the lesson is about, and then people can click on the button to go read. That's essentially the first lesson of the course. And then day, and we send out the second lesson. Day, we send out the third lesson. Day, and we send out lesson number 4, and then we wait again and we send out lesson number 5. So when people sign up for the course, when people fill out that form, they know, because we tell them in advance, that they're going to be receiving 5 emails in 5 days. So 1 email a day for 5 days will contain a lesson. So it's a short course. You get to learn a lot about YouTube. So I think that's a great way to. That's another way that you can do. You say, I'm giving away and I deliver that course through a series of email. It's word. We have one trigger when someone fills out a form, and we have 5 actions basically. So 5 emails that are sent out, and because we don't want all of the emails to be sent out at the same time, we just space them and make it so that they are sent 1 email a day, 24 hours in between each emails. As simple as that, but that's an example of a very effective automated email workflow. Oh, I have to start. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I have maybe 5 to 10 minutes more content about, if that, and then I'll be there to answer your questions as best as I can. But I wanted to include in this presentation some tips to maximize your holiday promotions. Black Friday is just around the corner. I think it's next week, Cyber Monday, and then obviously all of the promotions and for holiday promotions for Christmas and then Boxing Day. So if you're in retail, it's a big time of the year that's just coming, and email can play a big part in that promotion. And you have some opportunity also to use email automation or marketing automation like we talked about in this presentation. And I would argue that if you're not in retail, it can also be a good idea to maybe test out a few holiday promotions this year. So my first advice would be to start your promotion in advance. So send a few emails that will explain the promotion to come, that will excite your audience and create a little bit of hype. So basically what I'm suggesting is if you're organizing a promotion for let's say next week, next Friday will be Black Friday. So don't wait on the day that the promotion starts to send out your first email. You could send 1 or 2 emails in the days before the promotion starts to actually let people know and excite them a little bit, let them know about what's coming, and yeah, you'll make sure that they keep their eyes peeled on their email inbox, and when the time comes that they'll jump on the offer. So build some hype in advance. The second point, and it's closely related to the first one, is not to send only 1 email to announce the launch of your promotion. During the weekend, you can, so again, I'm assuming that it would be for Black Friday. So during the weekend, so the days after the launch of your promotion, during the weekend, send a follow-up email to those on your list who haven't opened the first email. And then on Monday, you can send a last chance email to those who haven't opened the first 2. What's great is that you can automate all of that. So a lot of times, small businesses don't send enough emails, especially when there's, there's really something of value. You have a great reason to be proud and to announce and to communicate with your list. You can, allow yourself to send more than 1 email, especially if you can target only the people who have not opened the first email. Maybe it was a busy day in their email inbox. Maybe the subject line that you chose didn't pique their interest enough. But the fact is that you can prepare all of your emails in advance. So you can schedule the email that will announce the launch of your promotion. You can schedule in advance your follow-up emails, and you can make sure that those emails will only be sent to those who haven't opened the first email. So if that's what you want to do, if you want to make sure that you're not always emailing the same people who have opened and know about your offer. But once again, that's something you can do the work once, plan those emails, and then they're all going to be sent out on the date and the time that you decide, and is going to target the segment of your list that you want also. My third suggestion, so it's more a suggestion than a tip, is that you don't necessarily have to lower your price. Yes, we see big discounts on Black Friday or Christmas, especially in retail, but I believe that you can just as much stand out by offering more for the same price. So instead of slashing your prices, you can up the value of what people can get for the same price. So you can offer maybe a complimentary product for free. When you buy the main thing, you have a bonus. You can offer the installation of your product for free. You can offer the the best option, the high-end option of your product at the price of the basic option. In short, what I mean is that the promotion does not necessarily mean lowering the amount of a sale. Sometimes it can mean increasing the perceived value. So just offer a better deal. And my fourth point is that maybe it works for B2B also. You know, I want to talk specifically to those of you who are in B2B businesses. We tend to think that Black Friday only works, or any type of, you know, holiday promotion only works for B2C. So only businesses in retail or businesses that sell directly to consumers. But I challenge you to put together a special offer for Black Friday. Nobody's doing it in B2B, so you'll stand out from your competitors. And you know, the main idea is that you'll give your prospects an incentive to act now, to become, you know, clients now. There will be a sense of urgency because you're offering time and scarcity into it by and take advantage. You can lower the price of your entry-level service, you can consultation or a free audit, and has a high perceived customers are your prospects. All right, so now I'd like to invite you to create your own marketing automation scenario. Your turn now. If you'd like to give try, you can go to cfib.ca/cyberimpact. So that's cfib.ca/cyberimpact. Actually, I'll bring you to this page here. So on the CFIB website, the Cyber Impact landing page, I guess, and you can start for free today. Yeah, you can start for free. You'll be able to import, easily make templates and send out. You can even use the features that we've talked about today will be available for you. Tool, and you'd like to import more content into it, and if the great news for CFIB members is that you'll have a 50% off discount. So it's a great deal for everyone, but an even greater deal for you as CFIB members. So yeah, I think that's it for me. I'll stick around for questions.
Okay, so we do have a couple of questions. But before we go on, I just want to remind everyone, or if people have joined late, if you want to get a copy of the handout that's being used in today's presentation on the panel, so you simply click on the arrow and then you can go and get the document. If you're having issues, just send us when you fill out the survey, like to have a copy of the document. So, first, my email was blacklisted by 2 customers after a limited but successful email. It took months to reverse being blacklisted.
Being listed. Okay, so I would say if you use a email marketing platform, the email will be sent out. Let's say if you use Cyber Impact, all the emails will be sent out by our servers. So you know, we have professionals at the office who prevent that. So their job is to make sure that land in your contact in their spam folders, and something happens, it's not you, it's not, let's say, your IP address that we blocked, it will be ours. And we have many, so we have many servers and many IP addresses, and we're always monitoring all of that to make sure that, you know, all of our users benefit from servers and IP addresses that have the best reputation as possible. So actually, it's not on you. It will be on us. So that therefore, it's our problem basically, and we're experts. So yeah, I think if you use, that's one of the big benefits of sending those promotional emails, and use a professional tool. So I'm not sure if I answered the question properly. I'm not sure if that's what the person is asking. But I really think it shouldn't be an issue at all if you use a professional service.
Okay, great. So next question. If I have a smaller database, is there a way for CI to prompt me about a birthday so I can personalize my happy birthday?
I don't think so. Yeah, well, actually, yes and no. So if you have that information, if you have your contacts in their customer file, in their, let's say, contact file in Cyber Impact, you could do an automated workflow. If you could be not, yeah, for the system to notify you so that I'm trying to think out loud. No, I don't think in that, but yeah, I would say it's you either do it manually or you do it automatic. But the thing, you could do it fully automatic, and you a little bit, so you could all about that person in Cyber Impact dynamic an email. So instead of saying just hi, it could be like happy birthday Sylvie. You have then that you can have can be inserted in email, so it could feel more personalized that way. So I think I would go that route instead.
Okay, thank you. Next, automation software.
Cyber.
Okay.
Well, I think so. I tried to give ideas and best practices and examples that many software, so we're not the only one. Already use an email software, you can probably do that with the one you use, probably. But yeah, we're actually applying the live demo that.
Okay.
But yeah, go through the CFIB portal so that if you ever decide to go with a paid account, you'll have 50% off.
Is there a maximum amount of recipients? If not, how do you manage your bounce rate spam in such a way?
I often have that question. I guess it's a great question, but it's a little bit the same thing as the server and we deal with all of that. We manage that. So there's not a limitation. So you can schedule an email and I don't know, 25,000 subscribers or 100,000 if you have, that many. But on our end, in the back end, it out, depending on the list, but we can spread it out through, some minutes, or we can spread it out, hours. If it's it may take a few hours, but that's to prevent exactly what the person says and make sure that it doesn't look like spam, and we maximize the rate of people who receive it in their inboxes.
Okay, thank you. Next question. My constant contacts who do not make express permission email. This is not taking into from office visits or purchases. The software also does not allow us to add in the email unless they have a new email. It's so much more liberal. Why is there such a difference?
Yeah, I didn't really constant contact was, but it really is, and I like to, speak ill of but I really messed up in the way that they decided to handle implied consent for them, and I would say that they almost decided that, and they didn't want to deal with it, so they basically let them fend for themselves. So I would say, and it's not because I want to be blunt, but I would strongly suggest to leave constant contact for the exact reason that you mentioned in your question. We had many businesses that decided to switch from constant contact to Cyber Impact, just because they were not even aware that something like 50 to 60% of their emails were not even being sent because the contacts, they had implied consent, and constant contact decided not to send emails to those people anymore. When, like you mentioned, implied consent are still valid in Canada. They're not illegal. They're a thing. So I would say export your list, give Cyber Impact a go. Contact my colleagues to make sure that they can guide you into switching from constant contact to Cyber Impact. They're used to it, and you will probably see a big difference. Actually, a lot more people will receive your emails, and you'll see a big difference in your open rate.
Great. Okay, so next question. You said that I can send an email only for those who opened or did not open. How about those that opened and clicked or did not click?
Yeah, those are all possibilities. So the different triggers, I didn't want to go into details of all the triggers, but you can trigger an email and send it to people who have clicked, who have opened an email. You can send an automatic email to all of those who have not clicked or have not opened, a certain email. You can trigger an email to all of those who clicked a certain link, and even all of those who have not clicked a certain link. So yeah, you could schedule a follow-up email to those who have opened an email, and then a totally different one to those who have not opened that same email. So all of those options are available in the system.
Okay. So let's do one more. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you prepare for those who provide their email, like express consent, and then immediately deactivate or unsubscribe? Would you email again, or do you cut ties, so to speak?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, if someone really unsubscribed, if they click that unsubscribe button, yeah, you have to cut ties. You can't really do anything about that, unless you wanted to contact that person like one-on-one, send a one-on-one email or give them a call or something, if it's someone that or whatever. But in general, I would say if someone unsubscribed, you have to respect that, and it's their right to remove their consent. And yeah, anyway, in Cyber Impact, if someone unsubscribed and decides not to receive any more emails from you, you will not be able to send them any more emails through the platform. So it's the protection uh, but yeah, it's everyone's right to remove their consent, and we have to respect that. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Antoine. For everyone else, questions left, but we will contact you via email with an answer. So that will be all for today. Thank you to Antoine and Cyber Impact for preparing this great presentation for us, and have a great day, everyone. The webinar will now end.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.